Hello, friends. Thank you so much for joining me again here to dive deeper into the Bible and draw closer to God. That's really the goal, is to draw closer to God and tell more people about Him. And by doing that, we can, spread that love and fulfillment that we get from drawing closer to Christ and increasing our relationship with Him. And so today, on that note, I'm excited to share with you 3 free resources for you to dive deeper into studying the Bible, understanding God's Word, even more than maybe your current Bible, your current study Bible, or podcast, or whatever you're listening to is able to give you, because the resources, again, that I want to share with you are free, and all 3 of them have apps. So if you prefer to just be on your phone, you can do that too. But I'm going to obviously show you the desktop version in the current environment that we are in. So let's jump right into this, and I'm very excited. Also, just one quick note is that often the reason I came up with this idea is to share like free resources and being able to study the Bible a little bit deeper is because we often think we have to continue to buy, like big books of commentary or different study Bibles or all that kind of stuff, when really we can just find it all online for free, which is absolutely amazing. So the first resource I want to show you is Bible.com. So Bible.com, the Holy Bible app that is free, I believe on both like iPhone and Android. And if you don't have that app, you could actually just right here on the screen, there's a QR code. Just open your phone and, scan the QR code and get the app for free. But it's a really great app. It's really great if you decide to create an account, which again is totally free. You'll see up here on the top right, I do have an account, and it helps you to track any verses that you want to save, or any like notes you want to make, or verses that you want to save to be made into prayers later. There are so many different options, and the app not only allows you to read the Bible in many different translations, but also offers different like reading plans. Like these are the ones that I had recently signed up for. And just most notably, the Bible recap, I actually own it in the physical like book version. I asked for it for Christmas and received that. But if you don't want to spend the money, or you can't spend the money on that, an actual physical copy, I believe you might be able to get a version of it from her website, but you can also just do it through the Bible.com app, because it'll give you reminders every day to go in and do it. And you can listen to the Bible as an audio version if you learn better by listening than by doing or reading. And it gives you the same recap that she does in the physical book, or even on her website, or I think she has a podcast too. So this is like a free way for you to engage in the Bible recap, which is reading the whole entire Bible in one calendar year. But there's other plans that you could just search through that are all for free, and that does it by category and emotion, or books of the Bible and whatever you want. And it's just so awesome. It gives you so many different things, maybe by youth or Psalms or young adults or men. And there's so many free different plans. So it's a really good resource for actually reading the Bible. You can see that this is this highlight is there. It's because I highlighted this verse previously in the past. And that's one of the benefits of actually signing up for your own account, because it'll save all of those highlights that you made, or any notes that other people have made about those verses. And it's a good resource for you to be able to read the Bible, but also have the option to read it in different translations. And again, all of these things and more are available in the app. I think in the app you can do a lot more notation on different verses and highlighting them and things like that, and putting them into categories. But yeah, you can choose the translation that you prefer. I prefer the New Living Translation, the NLT. Here on the desktop, you can actually read parallel, 2 versions at once. So NLT and God's Word translation. It's one of my top favorite translations. So it allows you to really understand how the Bible's translated in different ways. And so if something is really difficult for you to understand, you just find a different translation and a different way of understanding what the word is saying. So the Bible.com or the Holy Bible app is a great resource. And again, it's free. So on to the second resource I want to share with you, which is Enduring Word. Again, this is another free application that you can download on your phone if you prefer. And This is the commentary. It's like a verse by verse commentary of the whole entire Bible done by Pastor David Guzik, who's a pastor of a church in California. And it's amazing. I actually use this commentary every single day. I discovered this commentary using the resource that I'm going to share next and the last one I'm going to share. But this commentary is just beautiful. And he also does a lot of things on social media, like Bible teaching resources for free. And he does a lot of videos. I've watched them, and he has like a daily devotional, I think he does too. And so many things on this website. And again, in the mobile app that you can get on your phone. So let's just talk specifically about the commentary, which is available in different languages, which is fantastic. But let's go to the English version, which again, his commentary for every book of the Bible, and it looks like most of them you can actually listen to an audio version of that, which is really awesome. Let's just click on Romans as our example. So it starts with the first chapter of that book of the Bible, of whatever one you select, and it'll share if he's made a video about it or if there's audio that goes with it. And then on the desktop version, across the top, you can choose which chapter you want to go to. So if you want to go back and forth through the different chapters, and through each one, it'll give you like the header of, like, it'll give you the overview of the book, which is what it's doing here, like that book of the Bible. And then it'll give you a header. Like often you'll see headers when you're actually reading the Bible, and a header for that section or the passage in the Bible. And because it kind of just gives like what you're going to learn about in that section, and it still does that here. And then it tells you like each verse, like that's the first, and then this is 2 through 6. So sometimes they're grouped together depending on the context of what you're reading. And it's just absolutely fantastic. It really goes into depth, and he's made it so well that it highlights of, like, this is the verse, or the verses rather, that he's talking about right here, 2 through 6. And then he'll break it down through here, and then he'll highlight when it's commentary from other people that he's found in his research and inserted into this commentary, like from Morris, or often there's Charles Spurgeon, Clark, and it's just so detailed. Like this is 7 through 15, and oftentimes it can be grouped together because of the context, and maybe it's just like a really long speech or part of the letter that was written. So, and then in the app and on the desktop version, if it links back to other verses, which it's powered by Blue Letter Bible because they partner together, and you can hover over it, or in the app you can hit it and it'll show you what that verse is, so you don't have to like go out of the app and look at the verse somewhere else. But it also will have that cross-referencing and the complements of different verses in the Bible if those things are related, which is great. So this is a really great, incredible resource that's for free for you to better understand the Bible. I'm in this commentary every single day, even for verses that are very clear and you can understand it by just reading it. But if you want to dive deeper into some history of it, or oftentimes there's notes, I'm trying to find one where it talks about how certain words, how the Greek or how the Hebrew was translated, and those are like amazing notes too, like, oh, this is translated like this. Oh yeah. So, and is the root of what the Greek word is. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, righteousness, but yeah, William Barclay explains the meaning of this ancient Greek word. And I've actually spent time looking up that word later because I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know. And it actually means even has more depth than the way that we use it in the English language. Anyway, Enduring Word, fantastic resource. I would check it out. I would download the app. You can also download all the commentary for the entire Bible in the app for free and have it on your phone to use when you're not connected to Wi-Fi or you don't have cell signal. And I've done that before flying on a plane so that I could study the Bible while I was on the plane. And I just thought that's really cool that they allow you to do that for free. So check that out. Enduring Word. Check out his socials. There's a lot of good videos. He's pastor of a church, so he still preaches. And it's just an amazing thing he's doing, especially since this commentary is in so many different languages as well. So, okay, so the third resource and the last one I'm going to share is the Blue Letter Bible, which is partnering with David Guzik and his Enduring Word commentary, which is awesome. But this Blue Letter Bible is actually where I found out about David Guzik's commentary, because there came a time where I was studying the Bible and I was like frustrated and I didn't want to have to buy a bunch of commentaries, whether it's physical or even in an electronic like Kindle version. I just wanted to be able to like look things up, and you can use blueletterbible.org for free. So you can just type in, like, let's say we're going to do Romans 12, and then you could choose the translation you prefer. Again, I prefer the NLT, and you can search it. And what I would suggest for Blue Letter Bible is not necessarily a place for you to come and just like casually read the Bible. I would say this is a place for you to come and like search for things. You can kind of casually read the Bible, but it makes it difficult in navigating with like just wanting to read like maybe a chapter versus searching specific verses or passages and then wanting to deeper understand that portion of it, if that makes sense. So, but if you wanted to also, I like little things like this, like multi-verse retrieval. You could just type in a bunch of verses if you know they all go together, or you think that they might complement each other, and then it'll pull them all up at once, which is really cool. Or if you are in Bible college and you need to like study a bunch at once, you can just pull them all here. But one of the best things about this site is all the tools it offers. So you can hover over, and again, this one's an app too that you can download for free on your phone, but you can hover over or you can just click. And then, so different translations for that, for the first verse that's been selected, which is incredible. And then cross-referencing. So it'll give you related verses for different phrases and the different verses in the Bible that correlate or correspond like with the current verse that's selected, which is Romans 12:1. And it dives so deeply into it by the mercies. It's literally going like phrase by phrase right now. And so you can look these up yourself, or you can just scroll down and it'll just show every single one for cross-referencing, which is amazing. And then commentaries. Commentaries is where I discovered David Guzik, because like scroll down here, he is right here. And it's like a birth of knowledge. It's a wealth of knowledge. And also he does some of his in Spanish too, if that interests you. So, which I think is really cool. So he has a study guide, and then you'll have all these different ones. And then like, I think all the other ones down here are just like, if they're related, like the study guide 4, which is the commentary for Genesis 8, is related to this verse. And then that's also linked here. So you can click on all of those. And then also Chuck Smith is good too, but I feel like his commentary is more to the point. It doesn't expand as much, but it's still like really good. Here on the left, it's like study tools, like the Geneva Bible Study Notes, which is a new addition to the Blue Letter Bible website. Introductions, scripture, thoughts, another study Bible that you can just like click on that's related to this verse. Any audio, video resources, and then Elizabeth Elliot, incredible. I'll need to check that out. And then down here, even more commentary, even from like C.H. Spurgeon, who's great, and all of them. They're all really great. And so you might maybe not enjoy the commentary that's my favorite, but there's so many options here. So there's a wealth of knowledge here for you to better understand the Bible. Different commentaries to look through. We've already seen Enduring Words, so I will show you. So Chuck Smith, if he's done like a sermon on it, he's shared his sermon notes on how this is related to Romans 12:1. And so you could read through those, and that can help you better understand the verse if you are needing to dive deeper into it, or if you want to do verse by verse. His verse by verse is different. His is more like clumped together. Again, that's why I prefer Enduring Word, because it's literally verse by verse, and this is more of like verses, but also it's more of like summary, like essay version kind of type thing, which sometimes I do like read through here and skim through here depending upon what I'm trying to ascertain from the text. But it just depends on what mood I'm in or what I'm looking to try to understand, right? So all of these resources, incredible. Now, commentaries is definitely my favorite part of Blue Letter Bible, but there's also other things like dictionaries. So you can look up by topographical, thematic, and if you just like certain words you really would like to better understand. So many resources there. And then miscellaneous, like here, you want a map, a map of, Rome in the time of Paul. So when Paul, who wrote the book of Romans, and like what did Rome look like when Paul was, there doing all the things and writing and stuff like that. So that's a really cool resource as well. So the Blue Letter Bible is absolutely fantastic. Again, free resource. They have an app available on your phone. And I do, just full transparency, do donate to this website every single month, but this has nothing to do with that. I just do that out of the goodness of my heart because I just felt so fulfilled in being able to use this resource to better study the Bible, and it has helped me to understand a multitude of verses so much better. So those are the 3 resources I wanted to share with you that are completely free and that I think that everyone would benefit from using those to study the Bible even deeper. So if you actually have resources that are free that I didn't mention here, please share those with me below because I think it'd be good for us all to know all the resources that we can use. I know the Bible Project is a big one that people use, like it's the video breakdown of the Bible on YouTube, and also they have a podcast, I believe, and that you can listen to. So if you just want to do audio, not video, that's a really good resource. That's free as well. But if more of like very specific of wanting to, you're reading the Bible, maybe you're reading in a devotional, which also, here, let's hop back in for just a second. Blue Letter Bible does offer devotionals. So like if you hover over, you can see the menu, but also just down here, they have ones that they'll send to your email, or you can just come here and look at them. And that's really cool too. So if you want a devotional to follow, they have a bunch of them here to choose from for free. But anyway, but if you're looking to study very specific verses and texts, these resources are like the way to go for free, that you can just look up on your phone or on your computer or on your tablet or wherever you are. So they're just really great. So anyway, let me know if you have any feedback on what I shared here today, but I look forward to seeing you next time. So have a fantastic day, and know that today is already a good day because God has blessed you with another day to be alive. Okay, see you next time, friends.